Hello everyone, welcome back to another thrilling instalment of Mystery Views Used Card Review. Hello and welcome. Today's review, as the title suggests, is for Superior Brand playing cards by the Expert Playing Card Company. Fine quality playing cards. Well, let's find out. Tuck box, quite unusual. It's like a plasticky kind of tuck box, apparently resistant to tearing. I'm not going to try, just in case it wrecks it a little bit. But it looks pretty good, the tuck case does. It still looks as good as it looked 6-7 months ago when I got these cards. Nice to see as well that the tuck case actually matches exactly the playing card. So you can obviously do, a couple of magic tricks. Is that your card? If you want to, with that. Because it's this plasticky feel, it'll be quite resilient to any bumps and knocks, like that. Okay, cards themselves, so that's the back design, very nice. Not too busy, I was going to say. There is a fair amount of detail on there, but it doesn't look overly cluttered. Central design in the middle, a couple of bits on either side of it, and then some swirly lines. That's the limit of my artistic knowledge, unfortunately. But very nice back design. Pips, a little bit bigger than, I think, a little bit bigger anyway. Something different about them than standard bicycle playing cards or bicycle or cards from the USPC CCCC. Let's have a quick look at some David Blaine's here. If I can quickly find the 8 of diamonds, typical right at the end. Yeah, there we go. So David Blaine cards are a little bit darker in colour, but I would say those pips, pips are definitely bigger than your standard United States Playing Card Company, Corporation, Committee, whatever they're called, which I quite like. The faces of the playing card, I think they're fairly standard with Expert Playing Card Company, a little bit different to your standard bicycle playing cards. Not a lot, but just a little bit bigger with the head of the king. Head and the pips are a bit bigger, and the body is, you can see, is also a bit bigger. No big deal really. I don't think people are going to sit there and go, hang on a minute, your king's a bit fat. But hey, you never know what people say these days. Jokers, quite nice. Harks back to quite an old-fashioned Joker in my opinion. Do like that. And the Ace of Spades. I wanted to keep those videos a bit shorter. It's got a funky little figure, or head figure on there. Don't know what it means. I don't think anybody will question what it means. Feel free to research it. You get 2 jokers, obviously. Don't get any gaff cards with these. So no double backers, which would have been nice. No blank cards or gaff cards either. So I've had these for about 6-7 months. The feel of them, Expert Playing Card Company do market them as, your new go-to playing cards because they've got this completely different feel to cards that you're used to. And they're a little bit stiffer than, let's use bicycle as an example, than the bicycle playing cards. I've not used them as much, but they do retain the shape. They do feel a lot more resilient, particularly when you do card springs. Now, I'm not a huge fan of card springs because I think they can warp the cards. However, they do spring quite nicely. When you get a little bit better at card springs, which obviously I need to, you don't need to use as much force maybe as before, and they do spring quite nicely. The other thing that I've managed to do a lot better with these than a number of playing cards is in the hand riffle fans. Now, if anybody's been watching some of these videos, I'm a bit of a beginner, and I can riffle fan these much better than the majority of any of my other decks. Whether it's something to do with the cut of the card, because I think the edges do feel a little bit sharper, and they've retained that feel as well while I've been playing with them. Probably had about 30 odd hours use on these cards, so by now they should be starting to show signs of wear, I would have thought. But as yet, they haven't, which is always nice. That was an attempt at anaconda. Oops, and there we go on the floor. Never mind. So, very nice playing cards indeed. They cost me about £4 per deck, I think. I bought 3 or 4 decks. This is still the first deck. Haven't had to open another deck of cards, but as you know, fare quite nicely as well. As you know, if you watch my videos, I open up sort of half a dozen decks to use at home, and I've got sort of 3 or 4 decks that I take out and about at work just for messing about with. So, you know, I probably don't use these as much as somebody else might, but I can still see them. Here we go, this will be fun. Yeah, they do fan nicely, honestly. I'm just not very good, certainly at giant fans. But quite a nice fan, a bit like an old lady. Back in the day, a ladies fan. Woo! So yeah, definitely recommend these, folks. There are going to be some decks coming up that I do not recommend, but this one I definitely do, and they do feel as though they'd be a lot more resilient than traditional bicycle or USPCC playing cards. So that's it, guys. If you're in the market for some playing cards that you want to last, it might take you a bit of time to get used to them, but when you do, I think that you'll like them as much as I do. That's all I got for you today, guys. Hope it's helped in some way. See you next time with something else.